Welcome back. You're still watching In the Game. We just wrapped up the top 5 stories. And if you're just joining us, you can follow, like, our social media platforms at News Central TV. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hashtag In the Game. Always join the conversation. It's that time to bring you updates from the 2025 African Cup of Nations. The show tagged African Express on News Central TV, and I'm super excited at this time, but I'll keep my excitement till later on the show. But we've been joined right now in the studio by a sport journalist, Jidechi Chidieze. Thank you for completing it. Full man in the fire right now.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. It's always fun, I mean.
It's great to have you, and Happy New Year to you. Not seeing you for the year.
I think we've seen this year. We started the year together.
Did I forget?
Yeah, you forgot that one. We started the year together, but I mean, every day is a new day, so it's not wrong to start your year from today.
Yes, of course, every day being a new day. Still have Wale Scott in the studio and my very own colleague, Favor Itwa. Favor, shoot from there, please.
All right, I mean, it's African Express, and what a day to talk about Nigerian football. Don't forget, it was an interesting night for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. They stormed to the quarterfinals of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations with a commanding 4-0 victory over Mozambique in Fez, producing the most emphatic performance when you look at the tournament so far. Victor Osimhen led the charge with the brace, while Ademola Lookman and Akwa Adams also got on the score sheet as the Super Eagles overwhelmed their opponents from start to finish. Now, Lookman opened the scoring in the 20th minute before Osimhen doubled Nigeria's advantage 5 minutes later. Now, the Galatasaray forward added his second early goal in the second half to put the game beyond Mozambique before Akwa Adams completed the rout. The result sees Nigeria emerge as the tournament's highest scoring team so far, while also keeping their first clean sheet of the competition. Despite the convincing display, head coach Eric Chell insisted after the match that there's still room for improvement as the Super Eagles look ahead of the next round. Let's take a listen to Ademola Lookman and, of course, Eric Chell talking about the game.
I'm happy about this game. This is the victory with 4 goals, but the reality, we did nothing. We just won 1 game, and if we want to be ambitious, we have to continue to improve and to keep this quality in the pitch. And you know, a positive dynamic, it's very easy to come at a negative dynamic, but it's very hard to go to the dynamic, positive dynamic. So my job now is to keep the player keep the player very focused about their training session and their behavior.
Just thinking about the team winning. Now we're in the quarterfinals. So our next opponent is going to be another strong team. Today we scored 4 goals. Another big performance from the team, so that's all I care about. It's not easy for the team to put on a performance like today. We played 3 matches, 3 wins, and obviously the expectation, you know, is big for us. But today, we roll up our sleeves and we score 4 goals. And we respond like we have. So for us to keep the same mentality and keep the same drive, and, you know, hopefully we'll have, you know, the whole of Morocco supporting us as well.
I want to thank Super Eagles for not conceding at all today. You understand? Delivering beautiful goals, scoring goals. Lookman by far best player in the tournament. And congratulations to us, Nigeria, especially those of us that left Nigeria to Morocco. We spent our hard-earned money. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. As for me, Tinubu sent me here. First is my PPA. My SGI is First Stadium. Thank you, Nigeria, for making us proud.
On a very serious note, there's no longer underdog in football because you just take them as they come. But I'm so confident and comfortable that I know that Nigeria, they will do it. Why do I believe they will do it? I know they own Nigerians a lot. because haven't gotten a clean ticket to go to the World Cup. They know the people are not happy, and the only way they can make the people happy is to get results. And as far as I'm concerned, I told everybody I'm leaving this country with the cup. We are going here with a chartered flight from here to Nigeria. Nobody can stop us. There's no two way about it.
It's very good. We love it. We play very well. Everybody play very well. The players, they try. They play very, very well. And we are looking forward to more of this play style because it's very, very amazing, and they did well.
The teamwork was there at the beginning, but towards the end, I expected 6 goals. Although I predicted 4-1 or 4-0. Well done, guys. Teamwork good. I love Nigeria. Nigeria. What can I say? I enjoyed the game.
I thought it was an interesting game. I wasn't expecting that goal margin, and even though I didn't see all of the game, but I thought they were value for money today. They were really good. I particularly like the flow of the game.
All right, the fans in Fez are really excited about the results, and some did not even think he was going to get to 4 unreplied goals.
That guy left his PPE, right?
I mean, primary place of assignment in Fez. I don't know, Jidechi. I don't think that. You said Nigeria in Nigeria and not outside of Nigeria.
Well,
I just hope he's ZI or he's
I
ZI.
hope he does not get himself in trouble with
Exactly.
that, because we know one of the rules of the NYSA is you do not get to travel out of the country while USA. So kudos to him. He gets to see the Super Eagles. I mean, somehow it's still a win-win for him. Let's just hope it does not end the way he's not expecting it to.
Exactly. Well, interesting performance from the Super Eagles. A lot of persons expected that we would have taken the win, but some did not even expect that we would score at least 4 unreplied goals, considering our defense so far in the competition.
Yeah, I mean, it's very much understandable because we saw how we did perform during the World Cup qualifiers. We got to play against teams that ordinarily we should put in their place. We are one of the heavyweights of African football. You should put these teams in their place. Let them know you are facing a heavyweight, and we couldn't do that. So it's understandable that people did not expect us to win this game. But considering what we saw in the group stage, I personally did predict maybe 4-0 or 5, actually 4-1 or 5-1, considering we always concede a goal, right? But it's quite impressive to see that they did get the number of goals that we should have gotten against a small team. I think the only other thing is we cannot really say the clean sheet is up to us because Mozambique did not, at some point in the game, I think around the 75th minute or so, I saw the statistics was that Mozambique had not even had a shot on time.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't particularly credit the clean sheet to the Super Eagles. I would rather we get ourselves tested in terms of not conceding against stronger teams, and I'm sure that's what we would be facing in the next round.
Okay.
All right, we can see that at the time when it was almost 80-something minutes, we saw Nigeria having 8 shots on targets and Mozambique having none. They say that this was the most boring or expected or predicted round of 16 lineup, and Nigeria did show because they showed that they are the bigger boys in this conversation. Let's have a clearer view by having via Zoom right now, a journalist, a veteran in the game. Of course, he's the head of ACL Sport, as they call it. We have Calvin Onwuka joining us via Zoom, and he's right in Fez. He witnessed this game, saw how the Super Eagles performed. I'm very sure he's proud of Super Eagles. Calvin, you're welcome to the show.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me. I'm back to Casablanca, actually. I left Fez early hours of this morning, so I'm back to Casablanca. Thank you for having me.
All right, tell us, what's your evaluation of the performance of the Super Eagles of Nigeria against Mozambique? A lot said this was predicted. Out of all the round of 16 encounter, we had all the smaller teams, drag the bigger ones. The game between Benin Republic and Egypt, the game between Tanzania and Morocco, we saw how they had to fight to the finish to get that win. But Nigeria, Mozambique, a lot expected that Nigeria would win this one, and they did win this one. So what's your evaluation?
I'm going to sound very old here by saying that I've been watching the Green and the Super Eagles from as far back as during the time of Christian Chukwu and Segun Odegbami. This yesterday was the most commanding, dominant performance of a senior national team in a knockout round match that I have ever seen. We absolutely battered Mozambique from start to finish. And it was not even, it wasn't, what's the word? It wasn't like Mozambique were bad. This is a team that gave Cote d'Ivoire and Cameroon heavy fright in their group games. But we did not give them a kick last night. And we played with such authority. We played with such verve that, listen, it could easily have been 6 or 7, and it would not have flattered us. That is how good, that is how dominant we were last night. Listen, I cannot put into words how proud I am of these players. Each and every one of them, they did the country proud, they did their teammates proud, and they did their families proud. Listen, I came to bed buzzing, like, nah, I love these boys. And that for me, it's not, as you mentioned, all the other teams struggled against supposed opponents they should have walked over. We did not struggle. We used, as they say in Wari, we brushed Mozambique. That's what we did. We brushed them.
Indeed, we brushed Mozambique there. It should have been 6, 7, or maybe 10. But we'll get more analysis. I understand that we have my colleague and our correspondent who is live in Fez to bring us up to speed with updates there, Udoka Njoku. But Udoka, just a minute there. We'll go on a short break. When we come back, we have more to talk about on the show. Welcome back. You're still watching In the Game, AFCON Express, where we keep you up to speed with all happening at the 2025 African Cup of Nations. We have been talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and it seems we're gloating at this time because they trashed Mozambique in that round of 16 encounter for the 2025 competition. In the studio, I have with me Wale's court. Jidechi Chidieze is waiting standby to shoot his favorite player for that match. And Zoom, all the way from Casablanca, Morocco, we have a veteran. We have Calvin Onwuka, and he has been really impressive. He said he slept like a baby after that encounter in Fez. But quickly, I would like to, let me come to the studio right now. Wale, I need to know who impressed you the most, because we saw a different Uwobi, and it seems the combination and combo of having to pair Ndidi with Frank Onyeka and Uwobi is looking like this cherry on the cake.
Like Calvin said, luckily for me, I grew up in Warri too, and we call it, we brush them. There's no two ways, we brush them, you know? But the Super Eagles, like Favor and I concluded on the show, I think last week, they're not scared of scoring. Unfortunately, they still concede goals. But this time around, they didn't concede. They were not scared of scoring goals. But Lookman would be my man all the way for that match, totally.
All right.
But everybody is not looking towards the defense. I think Calvin Bassett was fantastic. I think it was fantastic. I think he held his own, didn't lose focus, stayed matured, stayed with the defender. And if my prediction is right, we might be meeting Egypt. And I think there's a marriage between Calvin Bassett and Mo Salah in that game. They don't get married.
Let's start the pause of Calvin Onwuka right now. Please, I need to know what player stood out for you in that encounter.
Ademola Lookman. Ademola Lookman is Ademola Lookman's combination with Alex Iwobi. They are the dream. This is a dream thing. Whenever Alex Iwobi has the ball, Lookman and Adams are moving because they know that Iwobi is going to punch the ball through to them. He's going to beat the lines with that pass. And this and the way Lookman is reveling in that role behind the striker. I have to give Eric Shelley this. Full marks to the coach. Okay. Deciding that this is the best place for Lookman to play. He's been fantastic all tournament.
All right. Okay, I know that we're excited, but in the midst of that excitement, we'll say we are not overlooking the drama that unfolded yesterday in that game against Mozambique. Victor Osimhen's on-field confrontation with teammate Ademola Lookman has sparked widespread debate, overshadowing Nigeria's emphatic victory against Mozambique in that round of 16 encounter. Now, the Super Eagles striker Osimhen, he trended across social media after he angrily reacted to Lookman over a missed pass before being substituted in the 68th minute. Osimhen, who had scored twice in the match, visibly showed his pace, requesting to be taken off, and he was replaced by Osimhen. Moments later, we saw him walk straight down the tunnel at full time, bypassing his teammate. The incident has divided opinion among fans, while some defended Osimhen's action as a reflection of his intense winning mentality. I hope we're not excusing bad attitude for that. Others criticize what they describe as unnecessary disrespect towards Lookman, who was named the man of the match. This is not the first time Osimhen's temperament has drawn attention. Let me take you back to 2022. Italian journalist Carlo Alvino, he described Osimhen as, in quote, selfish, citing his tendency to snap at teammates whenever he sees something go wrong. Similar episodes followed his public outburst at Napoli coach Ruud Garcia after missing a penalty in 2023. A heated confrontation with Super Eagles legend, we cannot forget that one, Finidi George, and clashes at Galatasaray, including one with Yunus Algan, despite that 4-0 win when Galatasaray was leading. In March 2025, everyone remembers Osimhen. He stormed off the pitch after Nigeria failed to beat Zimbabwe, ignoring his teammates who attempted to calm him down. We cannot forget Victor Boniface when he brushed Victor Boniface aside because of his temper. However, the post-match indicated that the issues have been cleared, has been resolved internally. In the mixed zone, we heard from Osimhen and Chidieze. They confirmed that the players involved had settled the matter, but we know. Let's listen to Ademola Lookman when he was asked about that incident and what he had to say before we get reaction from the studio and from Calvin Onwuka.
No, I've not seen him. I've not seen him. But I don't really think that's really important. I think the team won 4-0. Vicky's our number one guy. Everybody knows this. The top striker, top player, so all of the rest of that is not really important.
This is the question about my management and what happened in the pitch. I don't need to tell you.
Time, our friend, we have to press for time, but we need reactions at this time. A lot are talking about Victor Osimhen. We have on standby our correspondent, Udoka, who is going to keep us up to speed with what he saw play out live and direct from first. But Jidechi, before I call in Calvin, Jidechi, how do you react to this? Myself and Favor, we have been talking about Victor Osimhen. They said winning mentality, but your attitude will take you so far in life. What do you think about this brouhaha happening in the team?
I mean, I was also speaking with somebody about this situation this morning, right? And there's something I read, I think I'll just repeat it. Sometimes you cannot let your love for something or support for someone cloud your judgment to be able to call out wrong, right? Do we love Osimhen? Is he a great player? Yes. But is Victor Osimhen, and has he shown over time that he can be wrong in certain situations, the way he reacts in certain situations?
But that would be wrong because it's hypocritical. Onye is being hypocritical right now. Favor is being hypocritical right now. You know why?
What places me?
Yeah, I see them behind the scene. They want a good show. You need to see the attitude.
It doesn't.
Before the show comes on. Now, we've seen Eric Cantona of the days of yore, Manchester United, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Cristiano Ronaldo, now Victor Osimhen. They want to win.
Okay.
I'm sorry, their attitude to want to win might be wrong, but they just want to win.
But it doesn't change the fact that what is wrong is wrong. Because we've seen this over time, right? We've seen this with Osimhen.
You guys want a good show. I see you guys behind the scene. The guys watching us right now don't see you guys behind the scene. I see you guys want to get a good show done. It might be wrong sometimes, but you guys want to get the show done.
No, but attitude matters a lot.
No doubt.
No doubt. Also matters a lot.
Because this is something that's happened a couple of times.
When you mention some players that want to win, these players you mentioned that want to win, we've seen Ronaldo most times on the field of play, his gestures and everything, but it's not as bad as what we see to a point that going to a player, trying to bully the player. At the AFCON in 2023, I was in Cote d'Ivoire. Exactly, I was in Cote d'Ivoire in 2023. I saw on the field of play Osimhen raising his voice as Seydou Sanusi in a very demeaning manner. I mean, that was in Cote d'Ivoire. And not to even talk of what we have now. I mean, this guy gave you quite a number of assists in
All right.
the game.
All right, Favor, let's quickly test the pulse of Udoka. Udoka, thank you for standing by. Thank you for your patience. Quickly, tell us, do you have any indication of how the Nigerian Football Federation is viewing the situation? Because we did see that video, Osimhen working out from the mixed zone, having been followed by the NFF president, Ibrahim Guzo. Tell us, what are the indications you're getting from the Nigerian Football Federation before we test the pulse of Calvin?
Yesterday, we tried to Ibrahim Guzo, but he didn't also respond to the media as well. He walked off with Victor Osimhen. And when Eric Shaw was asked that question about what happened between Osimhen and Ademola Lookman, Eric Shaw said, look, whatever happened in the dressing room and on the pitch, it's there. And they will get to circulate the dressing room maybe later, or maybe later today over breakfast or lunch. But the NFF have not made a declaration yet. This is the first time Victor Osimhen doing this type of stuff on the football pitch, and it doesn't spell well for a man who has been regarded as one of the best strikers in the world. So I'm expecting the NFF to do something about it. I don't even think the NFF will do something. It is the coach who has to discipline Victor Osimhen, because he cannot stand his ground and take charge and discipline Victor Osimhen, and then it feels like he doesn't have to control. But also, the NFF has said anything about that.
All right, I think we're having an issue with Udoka's audio there. So quickly, Udoka, thank you so much. Let's move ahead right now, Tess. Calvin, been brought into this conversation, one as the most elderly here on this show. So I know you would understand when you're seated down and a child is on top of the tree. At this time where you're sitting, what do you see? What does the future hold for this team that has got Osimhen with flaring tempers, tantrums, deciding when to stay on the pitch? Myself and Favor had this discussion that at the time that happened, that outburst happened, he failed to attack. He failed to join the team to attack. We saw him laid back over there on the pitch of play and demanding to be substituted. Calvin, how do you react to this attitude from Victor Osimhen? It has been the bone of contention.
I'm going to surprise all of you here by saying that just before I came on air, I saw a clip, an Instagram clip that had audio of what went on the pitch. And everything I had planned to say about this altercation has changed completely. I couldn't believe it. Even though I was at the stadium last night when this was going on, I did not, by virtue of this clip that I've heard with the audio, I just realized what happened was nothing. As the move was going on, when at the end, when Bright tried to cross the ball and it was blocked for a corner, Victor Osimhen was shouting to everybody, "It's a team game. It's a team game." He was doing the ball, he was doing his hand like this. It's a team game. It's a team game. So I think because he talks a lot, as he was saying that, I didn't want to look and walk past him. I must have said something like, "Bros, you don't do." I'm sure something like that was probably what he said. And Osimhen just lost it. Like, how dare you interrupt me? And that's why he went, stopped. If you watch the clip, you see where Victor Wilfred Ndidi was trying to stop Osimhen from going to Lookman.
And that's where I come in right now. Ndidi is the captain of the side. And, you know, ignoring the captain in that manner, do you think that counts, whatever intention he had at the moment to caution Lookman?
It's nothing. It's nothing. Adrenaline was pumping. Adrenaline was pumping.
But right now we hear that he has rumors are coming up. Allegedly dropped his tag, and maybe we'll be heading back to Galatasaray, to Turkey.
That's not going to happen. It's not happening. Listen, like I said, watching that clip, I'm going to send it to you guys to watch it again after the show. That clip changed my mind from everything that happened from last night. I refused to tweet or write anything about what happened because I was really, really disappointed that we were going to talk about Victor Osimhen's behavior when a team had performed so well. But on watching that clip, I have a completely different orientation or completely different idea of what actually went on.
Okay.
He is a team player, and that's what he was trying to say. So I think Lookman has probably said something flippant to him as he was walking past, and that just made him lose his cool. Like, Come on.
But that would have dampened the morale.
Calvin, why you've also brought a different perspective to this story from what you heard. Let's also look at, after the game. Now, he was taken off the field. The players came together to have a pep talk before going back to the dressing room. Victor Osimhen immediately walked into the dressing room and was the first to go to the team boss. What does that say about his... Yes, it's okay to have this adrenaline rush, but the aftermath of it, especially with players who also have played at the highest level in that same team, we also have an African footballer of the year in that same team. What does it say about him walking straight to the team boss and ignoring the team players?
I'm not defending. I'm not going to defend that. I'm not going to, especially because the reason why he got angry is because he was saying it's a team game. So he himself has flouted what he was trying to say to everybody by walking away, by going into the box first. So he has destroyed that part of it. I am just about. This is actually not as bad as I feared it was. I thought it was something worse before, but when I saw him from when he was asking to be solved, I was like, why are you doing this? That's what's in my mind. Why are you doing this, boy? Can you just let's finish this game? But he walked up, went to the tunnel first, was the first to go into the team box, while the rest of the players were in the mix zone. That is bad. However, I'm just saying it is not as bad as I thought it was initially.
All right, if push come to shove, back to the studio here. Have the Super Eagles moved past Osimhen, dependence on Osimhen? If push come to shove, and what we're hearing is true, that he has said he wants to get back to his club, to Turkey. And this competition, can we survive this competition without Victor Osimhen?
First of all, right, let's believe that these are ridiculous rumors that are circulating around. I don't believe Osimhen is the kind of person that would want to leave the competition
walk out of the team
mid-tournament because they didn't pass to him. But I mean, with this new piece of information, it kind of changes perspective, right? Because I did see it. I think we all did see it. Certain situations where Lookman could have passed. There was also a situation where he should have passed to Adams, and he was going at it. I understand. Okay, we are 3 goals up. We can do what we want at this point. It's Mozambique. You can do what you want, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's one of those moments. Yesterday's game did show that it's one of those moments where.
But I think when you asked on one of the shows, I think it was sometime last week when she asked us. Yeah. She said, "Is there an over-dependence on Osimhen?"
There was before the tournament.
But
there was.
See, love it or leave it. 12 goals, over 6 scorers in just 4 games. And Onyeka came from the perspective of, as Osimhen let us down. As in, then he had scored about just 1 goal. And he had 2 VARs. And that was when she asked that. Luckily for us, there is no over-dependence on Osimhen, unfortunately.
Which is a very good
We've had 4 games, we have 12 goals, 7 scorers. I think that's fantastic. So Osimhen should take a chill pill. Yes, he might be even like a spoiled brat right now, but should take a chill pill. We are not overly dependent on him at this point. Should cool down.
We can't win it down.
Yes, Calvin,
should cool down.
Calvin, go ahead, please.
We should cool down.
We can't win this AFCON without Victor Osimhen.
We had Victor Osimhen in Cote d'Ivoire. It was not the most, I mean, when you look at the number of goals he scored, Ademola Lookman also got goals. We had Tris Ekong also at that AFCON. And Calvin, if you remember, in 2006, we had Mido. Not exactly similar, but Mido was substituted in the semi-finals.
Yes.
And he had an issue with Shehata, who was the coach. And the coach brought in Zaki, I try to remember the player he brought in. And immediately the first touch, the player scored the goal and he went to the final of the 2006 Nations Cup. Afterwards, he was banned by the Egyptian Football Association. He was sanctioned, and he was, I think, 6 months. He was sanctioned by the Egyptian Football Association at that time for his outburst against his manager because of discipline. Just to curb that attitude. Now, going forward, with what we saw yesterday, a lot of persons might have played down on it. Some will feel maybe it's just the adrenaline rush. What measures do you think the NFF or the coach should take towards ensuring that we don't have, I mean, yes, it's okay to feel bad or express yourself, but in a manner whereby you leave the team and feel, I mean, at this time I'm angry.
Want to
I just
dampen
want
the
to go
morale
all the way out.
of team members.
It's just ridiculous. It is.
Ladies and gentlemen, I beg of you people, and everybody under the sound of my voice, I'm begging you people. We have not played in an AFCON tournament like we have played in this tournament since the teams of 92 and 94. We should not allow a storm in a teacup derail these footballers and this football team. I hear that middle comparison is very different. Middle was nothing to that Egyptian team. That Egyptian team relied more on Abu Traika and the coach. They were more important. You see the way this team is tailored to play. Victor Osimhen's position right at the top is what gives Ademola Lookman the room to maneuver. It's what gives Akpo Adams the room to do what they are doing. He is that target that allows Victor Alexi Iwobi to punch them passes through. Before that nonsense happened, there was a time during the match last night when Mozambique broke on us. Bruno Yemechi had lost the ball. Do you know who was at left back when the ball was at the other end? It was Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen would fight, would drop the last pint of blood on him for any team he plays for. Once Osimhen is on the pitch, we're a goal up in the dressing room. As the players are walking up that tunnel, their opponents are looking at Victor Osimhen and they are petrified. They are petrified. Victor Osimhen is a hard worker. Victor Osimhen should probably have scored up to 7 goals now if he wasn't such a rubbish, if he wasn't so bad at offside, at holding his line.
Okay.
He is too, I understand. NFF should not get involved. They should sit where they are. Eric Schell, as he said in the press conference, will handle this, and I believe him to handle it properly.
All right.
He should not.
Okay.
I don't like what's happened, but we shouldn't hound Victor Osimhen out and derail this campaign as it is going. It is football, and it's footballers we're dealing with. We're dealing with egos. We're dealing with people who fight all the time.
Okay.
That's how they got to become professional footballers. So please,
okay,
we can't happen without him.
All right.
I want to say something real quick, right? We've not tested this team without Osimhen. As much as it looks like the right thing to do. This is tournament football. It's not league football.
Exactly.
If it's on league football, you can say the next game maybe you can do that. But this is tournament. We've not tested what this team is like without Victor Osimhen. So maybe might not be the right time to want to find that out in a quarterfinal match.
Okay, all right, we're pressed for time. Thank you so much, Calvin Onwuka, for your thoughts on the show. We appreciate your time on the show. Thank you so much, Wale, Jidechi, and Favor. Always great to do the show with you.
By the way, Ivory Coast, Algeria, DR Congo, Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso
yes,
today.
That's the game we expect today. Thank you so much, viewers, for joining us on the show. I am Onyinyechi Obaro. Have a lovely day.